We are going to take the Game of Thrones, which power couple are you? Quiz.
Power couple? I thought it was just gonna be couple.
No, it's power couple.
What's a power couple?
A couple that's powerful. Because it's our 3rd anniversary, and so I thought it would be fun to make a video where we figure that out because we like Game of Thrones. Right?
It's a good game.
What's your most consistent outlook on life? Life's a journey.
Microsoft.
Life is a journey for divine self-discovery. Life is for our sensory pleasure. Life is a game with winners and losers. Life is a continuous battle between good and evil, or life is a struggle where only loved ones offer respite.
Respite? You say it like that?
Mm-hmm.
I say it respite.
Yeah, well...
I guess life is a continuous battle between good and evil. Yeah.
Okay. How would you handle being constantly disappointed by your own family? My family would never disappoint me. Actually, yes, they are quite prone to disappoint me, but I love them too much, so I always turn a blind eye on their foibles. I'd probably think that was something wrong with me instead. If my family constantly disappointed me, I would emotionally distance myself from them, or I would not put up with that for long. I'd tell them straight what I think of their behavior and try to get some sense in them.
It's just so long. I lose track of. Couldn't they have just made him why is the question, how would you end up being constantly disappointed by your own family? And the answer is, if my family constantly disappointed me, I would emotionally distance myself.
Yeah.
Like it's the freaking topic sentence of an essay. Actually, yes. You'll turn a blind eye to their foibles. Does George R.R. Martin write really long sentences or something?
Yes.
Is this a parody of that?
Probably.
Yeah. I say
Okay.
foibles.
Stop critiquing how I say. What do you most value receiving from others? Empathy, obedience, loyalty, trust, or truthfulness? Truthiness.
Yeah, I thought that said truthiness. It's interesting there's no money. What's the difference between obedience, loyalty, trust, and truthfulness? There's very little difference between those 4. So I'm going to go with empathy because it's the most different.
Okay.
What's your most prominent weakness?
Naivete?
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that how you pronounce it?
Naivete, yeah.
A hot temper, insecurity, callousness, or laziness.
What's your most prominent weakness? See, this is...
Me?
Well, that's the thing. It's which power couple are you? But I think this is intended for one person to take, and it'll tell you which 2 people you are. I know, it doesn't make any sense. Because it's not asking what's, one person's most prominent weakness, or what is you're taking together, maybe? It says a hot temper. So it's 1 hot temper and 2 people?
Well, the other quiz kept referring to your partner as a pair, and I was like, this is just going to be really awkward to try to change when I'm doing it out loud. For me, I think it's insecurity.
Okay, insecurity.
Do you think that?
I agree.
Oh, you think I'm insecure?
Someone's insecure.
In your perfect world, you would be respected and admired, be adored and protected, be obeyed and revered, be pampered and entertained, be loved and valued.
What's the difference between respected and admired and loved and valued?
Because loved and valued like a treasure versus power, respected and admired because you have power.
Okay. I mean any of these?
I like loved and valued.
Okay, loved and valued.
Your enemies must be eliminated ASAP, be kept close, be fought honorably, be understood and dealt with having conciliation in mind, or be made to suffer terribly.
It didn't say be made to suffer terribly, it says be made suffer terribly.
I was fixing their grammar for them.
I would
Be
say...
understood and dealt with having conciliation in mind?
Really? You don't want them to suffer terribly?
No.
Okay, fine.
You want your enemies to suffer terribly?
Not all of them.
You can be more easily deceived by others when they show willingness to help you, use persuasive reasoning, give you great sex, compliment you, or play the victim.
I don't know. Compliment you?
I was gonna say we use persuasive reasoning.
Okay, use persuasive reasoning. How many questions are there?
There's one more.
Okay.
Pick your favorite quote on love out of these. Love is my religion, I could die for it. Love is the triumph of imagination over intelligence. Who being loved is poor. A loving heart is the beginning of all knowledge. Or love is a battlefield.
By the great poet Pat Benatar. She was in the Game of Thrones. She was.
No.
Yeah, but she lost to a heartbreaker. Someone hit her with her best shot.
Please stop.
I don't have to because I don't know any other.
I like who being loved is poor. I wish it said who said each of the things.
I like Love is a Battlefield as a song.
Yeah, but as a quote, I like who being loved is poor. It's nice.
It's nice.
It's a nice sentiment. Do you like it? Can we
Yes.
go down? Okay. I had my guesses before we took the quiz, and now I'm like, You ready?
Yes.
Loading. Yeah, I knew it! We're Jon Snow and Ygritte. I knew it! I told you. You
Good
know
job.
nothing.
What? Why'd you say that?
She says that to him. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
But
I was going to
I
call you
know
Jon Snow,
things.
but that's not your name.
he's very pale in that picture.
Yeah, he's cold. It's cold in the north. By the wall.
Which wall?
The wall. I kind of knew, but it was really hard to guess from the questions, which I think is the sign of a good quiz, because if you can guess, when you're taking a quiz, if you can guess which answer you're going to have, you're cheating, because you're oh, I want to be gonzo, so therefore I'm going to choose all those answers. That was just an example.
Yeah, the worst quiz I took was which Scooby-Doo character are you? And it was I don't know, it'd be what do you want to do today? And A would be look at my outfit. And B would be read some books. And C would be eat food. And D would be hang out with my best friend and dog Scooby-Doo. And all of the questions were like that, and they were in the same order. And then in the end it was if you answered A a lot, you're Velma, or whatever. When it was really obvious that everything was about, yeah.
That's funny.
It was a bad quiz.
It would have been funny, though, if the Scooby-Doo answers had all been written row row. That would have been funny.
Also, it would have been funny if they were all if you answer I want to just relax. I'm scared of things. I want food. And at the end it was you are Velma. And you're what?
Well, that would have been good, because it would have been opposite of what you expected.
No, it wouldn't. It would still be bad.